All right, all right, all right. Hello, everybody. Is this happening? Oh man, I am totally on goddess time today, every day. Or I call it goddess time. To my husband, I'm just late all the time. And he's like, that might work with your people, but you're just late. But it's okay because it's summer. My hair is still wet from the pool. If you follow me in my stories, you know that I we went skinny dipping this morning and I had a surprise visit from the UPS guy. So I'm definitely in my pleasure. I'm definitely in my flirtatious fun today. And that's the way I like it when I do these Turn On Tuesdays. So, hello, everybody. Welcome. It's Turn On Tuesday. I'm so happy that you're here. If you are popping on live, say hello. And if you're catching the replay, please say hashtag replay so I know that you're here so that I can come back, chat with you later, answer any questions. Today I'm going to be sharing, it's a really good one, right? Because I get a lot of messages from a lot of amazing, powerful, high achieving women. And what's been coming up lately is that a lot of women are struggling with something. So I want to ask you, if you're here, right? Do you want to feel totally spoiled and satisfied by your man without ever feeling like you have to negotiate or push him into doing it or doing what you need? Because, like, honestly, that's a total turn off, right? Like, if you're a have it all woman like me, you just like want to have it and you want to be excited about it. And it just like feels good when you get what you want, right? So today I'm sharing how to stand up for yourself and your needs in a way that makes your man really want to listen and provide for you and feel really like excited to show up the way that you want him to, right? And how to do it in a way that feels really good for you and that's like full of turn on and pleasure and coming together instead of divisiveness and frustration and falling apart. So before I get started, I just want to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Michelle Kanan. I'm also lovingly known as the Have It All Queen, and I'm the founder of the Embodied Satisfaction Method and my legendary Goddess Wife School. And what I do is I help driven, high achieving women like me who are working hard to have it all actually enjoy our lives by becoming unapologetic about your deepest desires, embodying your juicy goddess energy, and truly transforming your relationship to make it a divine partnership where you are always feeling deeply connected with your man and totally in sync as you build a pleasure-based, successful, inspiring life of freedom, fun, wealth, and honestly, all of your dreams coming true together, right? So many women feel like, oh, the more successful we get or the longer we've been together, we grow apart. Together, it's all about being together so that you can be that couple that everybody is jealous of or like wonders how do they do it. That's my zone of genius. That's what I'm here to teach. And that's what I transformed in my life. And that is the wisdom that I want to share with you. Now, before we get into it, I just want to make sure that you get my free gift. Part of having it all is also giving it all away. And I love to reward and gift the women that are in my world. So I want you to drop the word juicy into the comments, or for maximum discretion, of course, you can DM me juicy and we'll send you my juicy as fuck rekindle your honeymoon vibes activation. That's worth $222. And what that's going to do is it's just going to like put you in a whole other energy, like, and I believe in instant gratification. So it's an energetic practice in there and a journey for you to feel like rekindled with your man, to feel that energy that might have been missing for a long time, to bring it back. And that's where miracles and magic happen in your relationship, because it all starts within you. You have so much power in you. So many women don't realize how much power we have, especially in relationship, and especially from what we hear about the masculine and the patriarchy. And I really want to show you how to get it back in a way that just feels so sexy and sensual and fun and true and really, really good for you. Because when you're in that place, you become just irresistible to your man. I'm going to be talking all about that, even when you are setting boundaries or sharing boundaries. So, okay, we're going to get into it. But before we do, if you know a woman that she really needs this lesson, or she might be struggling in her relationship, or it's hard for her to set boundaries, or she just wants to feel like a goddess, just like you, right? You're here because this is going to be really helpful for you. So pay it forward. tag a friend, tag a sister, share this video with her, or like come into my DMs. I can share it with her, whatever, introduce her, because everybody needs to know this, right? I'm here sharing this because I mastered this in my life, in my relationship. And absolutely, as a powerful woman, you need to know this. And this is, it's crazy, right? Because we learn so much stuff and nobody teaches powerful women like us how to have these amazing, fulfilling, satisfying relationships with the men in our lives that love us. And there's just so much division, and it doesn't have to be like that. These are the codes. I want to share it all with you, okay? And here's the thing, right? Like for many people, boundaries are a scary word, right? But I want to show you how to create sexy boundaries. Boundaries for goddesses, right? Where where setting those boundaries or communicating those boundaries become an opportunity for your man to love you better, instead of creating conflict that leaves you feeling frustrated and unheard and unfulfilled and feeling like, does he even care about me, right? And boundaries have everything to do with getting what you want from your man, and also from the universe, right? And this is so interesting because everything that I teach about relationship is so applicable with the universe, with creation, with co-creation, with the masculine energy of provision in the universe. So for all my single babes that are here, yes, this is absolutely relevant for you too. And if you want to be in this kind of amazing conscious relationship, 100% learn this now, so that the next relationship that you're in, you can practice and master and start from that place, right? As you elevate to your next level of success. So I'm going to show you how setting goddess boundaries will heat up things in your bank account as well as in your bedroom. Okay. Because honestly, you should feel turned on about asking for what you really want. Um, that's the secret, okay? And getting your man to do what you really need. Like, and what's going on is that most women, and I hate doing shoulds, by the way, so I'm just going to check myself, right? I'm an NLP coach, and so I'm very conscious about words, and how our words become thoughts, become things, right? So I'm going to check myself with the word should. This is not about pressure, okay? And this is not about you did something wrong, you did something bad, and that's not why this is working. That is not the vibe here at all. Hey, Lauren. All right, cool. So let's take a breath. You didn't do anything wrong. There's just some things that you didn't learn. So I'm going to share them with you now. We're going to just have a lot of fun. So let's take a deep breath. Oh my God, I totally forgot to shake my tatas. Did we not do that? Yeah, let's do that. Let's get into our bodies and let's take a deep breath and begin. Okay. So what most women are experiencing in their relationships is when it comes to boundary setting or getting what you want and need, is a lot of frustration, right? Because a lot of the ways that you've been taught to create boundaries actually has the opposite effect on the man in your life, and it makes him react in ways that might seem juvenile, cold, or disrespectful, instead of being inspired to fulfill you and make your dreams come true. And you know this is going on in your life if anytime you like came to your partner and you said like, hey, I didn't like that, I didn't like the way that you talked to me, or it's not cool the way that like you leave your clothes all over the place, or you said that you would set us a date, you said that you would organize this thing and like it didn't happen. And he doesn't like open to you and turn to you and be like, okay, well, like, I want to be accountable and that wasn't my intention and let me show up in a different way. Like, if that's not happening in your relationship, the tactics that you're using and the energy with which you're showing up in that communication and in that way of connection, it's just not the right strategy. And this because you're just not getting the right result. Now, in most parts of our lives, right, for all my entrepreneurs here, that like, or all my business people, whatever, that if something isn't working, you don't just do the same thing over and over again, right, and get frustrated. You get curious. You're like, I guess that doesn't work, or that's not getting the result that I want. Let me try something different. But when it comes to our relationships, it turns into a power struggle, right? Or a downward spiral, right? And so like it doesn't work. You try it again, you get annoyed, it doesn't work, it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And this is that downward spiral. And I don't know why, right? Like, why do we keep doing those things in our relationship that isn't working instead of creating what I call like a co creational partnership where you're both showing up at the highest level and you're building each other up and you're meeting each other as you're elevating. And at that place, you know this is working because your man is basically anticipating your needs. Or the way that I say is he's treating you like a total goddess. And like for me and for so many of my clients, it's gotten to the point where our men are reading our minds and they're showing up before we can even ask for what we want because somehow they got the energetic download from us. Like, and they're participating at that highest level, right? So if that's not what's going on for you, it just means that you're doing things and you're showing up in your pain and in your frustration, which I totally get it. And what that is causing in your man is for him to either pull back and pull away, or he will be like, okay, and he'll do it. But it still fucking sucks because you don't want to show up like a bitch or a nag or frustrated and have to be the one to push or have to be the one to, set the boundary or set the expectation. Like, it's almost like, why do I have to be the one to do it? Right. And that's the thing right there, right? Is it's so much, so fucking much. I can't even begin to explain is about how you feel. And your man can feel your energy, even if you have a poker face, even if you're, right? And even if at the surface you guys are like, okay, okay, your man can feel your energy deeply. And if you look at it from a polarity perspective, a masculine and a feminine, right? He's either attracted to that energy or he's repelled by that energy. It's nothing personal. It's nothing like, are you girly enough or are you a good enough person or are you a goddess enough or anything like that? None of that fucking bullshit. It's just an energetic thing. He's either in or he's out. Same thing with you. You're either in or you're out. And the invitation here, the opportunity here is for you to stop doing things that feel shitty for you and stop showing up in ways that feel shitty for you and stop torturing yourself and showing up in an energy that, frankly, you don't like as much as he doesn't like either. And that's where the frustration is, right? Like, oh, I hate feeling this way. I hate having to be the one. And yet, what you're doing, what you keep doing is using energy and tactics that feel like total shit and that make you not feel like a goddess at all and sort of meet him at this like lower level. And then instead of you elevating and him like rising to meet you there, you're kind of moving down here and he's meeting you down here in this like the kind of pit of like, yeah, it doesn't feel good for anyone, right? Do you see my face? And I'm even thinking about like, I had a moment this morning, right? Like everything I teach 100% like I go through it myself as a human being with an amazing relationship, but that's why I teach it, right? Where I went into the kitchen and my husband totally like snapped at me. It came out of the blue and it really hurt my feelings. And so what I needed to do was get myself back to a place instead of just being in my reaction, instead of just like, also being unsure or not knowing how to say, and is it right for me? How do I say, instead of getting all up in my head and like being in this like, kind of place, I needed to take a step back. I needed to do my practices. I needed to get into my energy, into my worth, into my connection, my embodiment of my unique goddess blueprint energy, which every woman has. Every woman has her own unique version, expression, essence of goddess energy. It's literally what your man fell in love with. It's like the deepest, most potent essence of you that like is irresistible to your man, inspirational to your man. Like he would do anything to feel that. It's like life force energy. That's why he's one of the biggest reasons why he's with you, because of that unique energy. But we lose it over time in our relationships, right? We have kids, we have jobs, we have work, responsibilities, the world falling apart, like all that kind of stuff, right? We get disconnected. And so in these moments, instead of reconnecting with that fucking incredible power inside of us, we go to that lower level, to that pain place, and we start acting from that place. And I caught myself, right? This is something that we have to learn. It's a skill. It is a skill. It is a practice, and it is part of elevating as a woman. not just as a grown up, but as a powerful feminine creatrix, as like a powerful woman that is in the kind of relationship that you want to be in, right? It's understanding how to reconnect with that energy before you reconnect with your man, because it doesn't matter what you say, right? Like, I teach feminine communication inside of my goddess wife school. It's one of the most important things that I teach as part of the goddess embodiment pillar in my embodied satisfaction methodology, right? And if you do not know how to reconnect with that energy inside of you, if you do not know how to hold yourself in your pain and work with it and connect with that energy, right? And it's not about just being happy and everything's okay. No, it's none of that bullshit. It's about how you take the power of your emotions, which is a superpower for women, and work with it and show up with an open heart to connect with your man so that he wants to, I was going to say save you, like, but truly, like a man in his hero and his king energy, he wants to show up and take care of you and anticipate your needs and be a hero. He wants to feel like a hero. That's part of a man and his mission. And we're robbing him of the opportunity when we don't know how to do that. And when we turn him into our enemy, that's like, you're bad. You did this thing wrong. Like, fuck you. Why can't you ever? Like, how could you treat me like this? And so being a goddess means not showing up in that base kind of place of pain and fear and contraction and making him the enemy, but elevating and inviting him to meet you in that elevated place where you can come together. And I know, because my fights used to last for a very long time. My clients know I used to even get in fights while I was having sex. Don't do that anymore. Don't recommend that, right? And it was so beautiful how I could take my space and then reconnect in my truth with him and show him like the pain, just the pain, and allow him to show up as this powerful man and reconnect with me and hold me, apologize, witnessed me. And then we had so much fun. We went skinny dipping together. We just had like this great morning together. I just stopped working so that we could just like, it was just juicy and fun, right? And so when you're in your goddess, it's so amazing how you can pull your man, like draw him closer to you and just make him want to meet you and make him want to take accountability and responsibility and be in integrity and meet you at this kind of place, right? But it doesn't only take that. And this is something that's super, super important, right? It's like, when you show up in that way, what you do is you invite your man to love you better. You invite him to create with you, to connect with you, to be the man that you want him to be, but that also he wants you to be. But you need to also, pillar two of my embodied satisfaction method, be 100% unapologetic about what you want. Be confident about your desires. Never shrink, never compromise. Worst word for relationships ever, 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 ever. If you're compromising, you're doing it wrong. Nobody's happy fully. That's not how this works. Being unapologetic about what you want without being a bitch, without being pushy, without feeling like you're forcing him or you have to talk him into something. Because when you're in a divine partnership, which is pillar three, your man wants to meet you at that highest and best. He wants to know everything that you want, and he wants to join forces with you to make it real, where he's in his zone of genius, providing for you, planning with you, being support, like that support, holding shit down energetically for you so that you can rise, you can elevate, you can be your fullest self, your funnest self, your most sensual self, your most playful self, like prioritizing your pleasure, taking care of yourself, like being a cup that overflows and your amazing juicy energy washes all over him and everyone, like your kids, your colleagues, your clients, your friends, your family, like everything. And that's the thing, like for those of you that feel like, oh, I'm doing this work and this is hard and I'm burnt out, it shouldn't feel that way. This isn't about you doing hard work. This is about you doing less and feeling better and having more fun and being more juicy and inviting your man to meet you in that place. Like that is what the embodied satisfaction method is all about, right? And I want you to message me so I can show you how you can show up like a goddess in your life, especially when you're expressing boundaries, to keep your man wanting more, to keep him always wanting to elevate with you. So many women do personal development work and they're like, why isn't my man coming along with me? It's because you have to invite him and do that with him, evolve and elevate with him. And that's what I want to show you how. So an amazing first step for that would be to drop the word juicy in the comments so that I can gift you my juicy as fuck rekindle your honeymoon vibes activation. It's worth $222, but honestly, like, it's fucking priceless, because the more you get in this energy, the less you have to do and the better it feels, and the more you're connected with your man and creating that incredible co-creational divine partnership vibe and experience of life together. And that's what I want. Remember, boundaries done right will never create division. They're always an invitation for your man to love you better, to treat you better, to take care of you better, and for you to feel closer and safer, and to always get what you want. You can always have what you want, and your man can always have what he wants too. Like, that's what divine partnership is all about, having it all for you, for your man. It's amazing. So let me know if this made sense. Let me know if you have any more questions. Drop a comment. I'm super friendly. Obviously, pop into my DMs if you want to talk more, if you want to get my free gift, or if you want to schedule a have it all call with me. I only have a couple available every month, so grab it if that is what you want. I love you guys so much. I'm so happy that you tune in and that we can elevate together. I want every woman to get out of struggle in her relationship and activate the power of her man's masculine energy and really experience what it's like to have a relationship that improves your quality of life, that up levels your success, your bank account, where like everything is possible. If you're in a relationship, you have two people, two powerful people with all the resources, all the imagination, all the power, all the possibility come together. Like, it'll blow your mind what happens when you come together in divine partnership, how much easier everything gets, how much more possible, how much more fun, how much more pleasurable. And that's what I want you to have. All right. So I'll see you next week for our next turn on Tuesday. If I don't see you in my DMs before that, remember, tag a friend, share this video. Let's spread this wealth with everybody. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye.